Welcome to the 14th episode of the Afternoon Announcement Show. I'm your host, Lola Smith. Today we have Mrs. Krug, our kindergarten teacher, and her daughters, Kaylin and Grace.
Hi guys, thank you so much for having us.
How's your day today?
Our day is great. It's sun shining, so we have a big.
Friday.
It is Friday, and then Josh's family. I had my husband. He's having the Kellner family come over for a little fire tonight, so we're super ecstatic for that. Hot dogs and marshmallows. That's what I'm told, so I'm for it.
So I heard that you have a farm, so there will be questions about that.
Of course, I can't wait. I'm even wearing our shirt. It says Apple Blossom Farm with my address, and on the back, I don't know if you can see it, this says, "Don't worry, we got this." Instead of a got, it's a goat. Because we have goats, you'll find out.
What animals do you have on your farm?
All right, Kaylin, you want to name the animals?
Goats, chicken, cat, dog, and a goose.
All right, she said goats, chickens, cats, dogs, and a goose. Really, the dogs and some of the cats are our own personal pets, but then we do have some cats outside, and we just acquired a goose last May.
How do you take care of your animals?
Grace, you want to help us with that? How do we take care of the animals? How do we take care of the goats? What do we have to do for the goats? Feed them. And we have to milk our goats too. So our goats are dairy goats. They're not meat goats. I know it's weird for Americans to think this way, but there are people who eat goats, but we are just dairy goat farmers. So we drink our milk and make products with our milk. And then for the chickens, we water them too and we feed them. Our chickens are also able to access the outside so they can scratch the earth and get bugs and mosquitoes, which are great for us because we don't like get bit by mosquitoes at all. And then the goose is just the same as a chicken in a sense, but instead of having to feed their chickens feed, they actually eat grass, which I did not know that, and I don't know if you knew that, but I was blown away how easy a goose is to maintain. It's easier than a goat or a chicken.
So do you really have to feed them at all?
We do. We still feed them hay, especially in the winter time, since they can't get to the grass as easily. So we have sweet feed, and the goose will eat the sweet feed, which is okay for the goose to eat. And then we have scraps. So whatever the girls don't eat on their plate, we'll feed to the chickens because the chickens eat everything. We don't feed it chicken because we just don't think it's right to feed chickens chicken. But we do have scraps. And then our goats love orange peels, bananas. What else? Carrots sometimes they eat, and they like spinach, so they will have things like that. And believe it or not, they love pine trees. So when Josh works at Delulu's, so at Christmas time when all the Christmas trees weren't sold, he was able to bring them home, and the goats got their own personal Christmas tree to eat.
Do you ever mix up the animals' names?
Oh, girls, go ahead, Kaylin, tell her all about it.
We mix up a lot of the animals' names, but we mix up Coconut and Blue once.
Coconut is the son of Blue. Blue got old and died, so we had to say goodbye
all
to him.
students being picked up by parents. You are Smith.
All right.
Again, at this time, all students being picked up by parents as car riders, you are dismissed. Please now stay tuned for the calling of our buses. Have a great night and a great weekend, everyone. See you Monday.
So Coconut and Blue, they're father and son, and since Blue is up in heaven watching down on us, we call Coconut Blue sometimes because they look exactly the same.
What do you call the story of the three little pigs?
The three little pigs and the big bad wolf? No?
Pigtail.
Ah, you get it, a pigtail. I should have figured that one out.
What is your favorite animal that you have on your farm?
All right, we can all share one. Grace, what's your favorite animal? Oh, wait, hold on 1 second. I think that was the bell. No? Okay, good. What was your favorite animal? The kittens. We just got kittens a couple weeks ago from one of the barn cats. She had babies. What's your favorite, Kaylin?
Either the goose or the kitten.
Goose or the kittens. And Mrs. Krug's is the goats. I love the goats. And I have one favorite. Her name's Snow. She's all black. I know. It doesn't make any sense, but she's my favorite.
What was your first animal on your farm?
The hens. And now we're up to, are you ready? Drum roll. 50 hens we have. 50 of them. We have 2 hen houses. And we have to separate 50 of them. Yep.
What animal would you add to your farm next?
All right, the girls probably know what I want to add. What is it? Remember? No, it's okay if you don't remember. It's a miniature donkey. I would love to have a mini donkey. Donkeys can help protect the herd, and so I would love to have a donkey. What about a cow? A cow. We have neighbors that have cows that we can say hi to all the time. Actually, cows are nice to have too, but you need more land, and it takes more money. So, like for example, to buy a cow, it's over $1,000, but to buy a goat, it's only a couple $100. And then for land-wise, we have a nice parcel of land, but you have to have even more land because the cow is a much bigger animal, so you have to graze more.
How did you start or get your farm?
Oh, that'd be Mr. Krug, Josh. So his family is the Kroner side, and great-great-grandma passed away, and the family did not want the house to go to a different family.
At this time, students who ride bus 101 and bus 85 are dismissed. Bus 101 and bus 85, bus 101 and bus 85.
So Josh's grandma came to us and asked us if we would be interested in purchasing the homestead. The homestead was built in 1904. So this house is over 100 years old, and lots of wonderful, rich history in this family. And so we were privileged to be able to afford it. So we sold our house on Charles Street. Now, if you're familiar with St. Mary's, it's right by the churches of Sacred Heart and St. Mary's Church. So you're right downtown with no land. And so we sold the house and we bought the Kroner homestead, and now we made it to ours. And so we're keeping adding the orchard. There's trees there. They're over 100 years old.
And bus 103, bus 80 and bus 103. Again, bus 80 and bus 103.
And so now the trees are starting to die since they're over 100 years old. So now our job is to replant more apple trees. So just this spring, Mr. Krug and I planted an extra 10 apple trees to keep the orchard thriving. So we can keep selling apples and making things, which I know we're going to talk about what we sell and make. So I don't want to cut that off for you.
Well, right now, so I heard that you make products and sell them. Tell us about that.
Okay, so with our goat milk, since I said we have a dairy farm, Mr. Krug milks them. I know how to, but it's not my favorite chore. So Josh gets up early in the morning on Tuesdays and Thursdays and on the weekends right now because they still have babies. So you can't keep milking them because they need milk for their babies to have. But once the babies leave in 8 weeks, then we can milk twice a day, 2 times a day. So anyway, so what we do with our milk is we make soap. We also make fudge. I make caramel with the milk. And then that's what the
Bus
kitchen license.
102 is here. Bus 102. Bus 102.
So then we have a kitchen license, and you actually have to go to Harrisburg with the forms. You mail them in, and then they send you back a license, and then they have to inspect your kitchen to make sure you have a healthy place to make food so that we don't get anyone sick. So once we got that kitchen license, we were able to produce the fudge since we have to cook it so long. The caramel, same thing, you have to boil it for a long time so you don't have any bacterial or infection disease in there. And then same thing with our soaps because you don't eat soap, right? But we don't have a dairy license. So Mr. Krug and I can't sell our milk outright to people, and we can't make our yogurt that I eat or the cheese that I make. I can't sell that. But at our home, we drink our milk, we eat our cheese and our yogurt with it. Also, the products that we also have is we make banana breads. apple breads. This Easter I made peanut butter, cream cheese filled eggs, chocolate covered. We also make spaghetti sauce.
All
What else,
students going
girls?
to the Boys and Girls Club, please report to the cafeteria. That's all students going to the Boys and Girls Club, to the cafeteria, please.
Girls Club.
Okay, Kaylin also has an idea what else we make.
We also make apple butter. And we also make
Jelly beans. And we make all sorts of jams too. So lots of different products.
Why do you guys make food at your house and eat it? You don't get sick, so why can't you sell it?
Well, technically we probably could get sick, but it's under our own, I guess our own caution. Like we said, okay, well, if we get sick, it's our fault because we're doing it instead of getting someone else sick. And so that's the reason why. And we were just looking at doing a dairy license, and you have to have 2 inspections. You have to
Bus
show
92 and bus 99.
92.
Bus 92 and bus 99.
99.
then
Again, bus 92 and bus 99.
and then you have to have testing twice a month just to make sure your milk is healthy, so that other people can take it. So when people come over to our house, like our family members, you know, we let them have the milk and stuff, but we just don't sell it to make sure no one else gets sick.
What kind of things do you sell?
So we named some of the things like the breads, the jams, the jellies. We also make the spaghetti sauces. When our apples come through, we sell apples and apple cider and apple butter. Yep, you're right. We also make apple sauce. And then we also do pear slices. And then we sell
Bus
our eggs.
94 and bus 84.
94.
Bus 94 and bus 84.
And then we sell
Again,
our
bus
baby goats.
94 and bus 84.
So if we kept all the goats, the kids, we would be, right now we have 29 goats on the premise. That's including babies and adults. Once the babies are out, then we're down to 10 females, does, and then 5 males. Some of the males are weathered, meaning they're like spayed or neutered, so they can't have babies, they're just pets. And then we have 2 studs, they're called. They're the ones that can make the babies. So we have, and then that way, if we want to keep one of the babies next time, then we won't have to have a grandpa marry a granddaughter, for example. We have a different line of breeding.
How do you get your products out?
Oh, that's a great question, Lola. We actually have Facebook. So, and we also have a store right on our property. So you're welcome to come to the store. It's an honor system, meaning you go in, there is a camera to make sure no one steals it, but it's your honor is you grab an item off the shelf and you're going to pay for that item. And then we also do the farmers market in Kersey. The St. Mary's Farmers Market was closed down this last year just because of COVID. I'm not sure about this summer if it's going to be open or not, but we're always at the Kersey one every Thursday in the summertime from 4 to 6 p.m. So if you like to go to Kersey, Pennsylvania, you can see us at the farmers market. So again, you have Facebook called Apple Blossom Farm St. Mary's. You have to look for St. Mary's because there's a lot of Apple Blossom Farms. And then our store shop, and then also on the farmers market.
What made you teach kindergarten?
Oh, I don't know if I had a choice. No, I'm teasing. I love kindergarten. When I started my student teaching in college, I actually had the pleasure to teach kindergarten, and I felt like, wow, this is my home. I love it. So then I got to come to St. Mary's after I graduated because I've always been from St. Mary's, and we got to be a tutor here for kindergarten and first grade. Same tutors that we have here at our school, the same job that I had. I got to work with kids. And then I was fortunate enough to get a kindergarten teaching position here at St. Mary's.
Why did the rooster run away?
Because the hens were pecking him away.
Because he was a chicken.
Ah, I love it, love it.
Do your kids help with taking care of the animals?
There you go, Grace. How do you help?
I help on the weekend.
She helps on the weekends. That's right. She doesn't want to get up in the daytime early. How about you, Kaylin? What do you do?
Sometimes I give the eggs, and other times I help
time. We have to walk them up into the barn so that no other predators like coyotes will eat them. So we have to put them in the barn.
Do you guys have to like wash your animals?
You don't have to really wash them, but we do have to clean their hooves and trim their hooves because they're like kind of like a deer animal with the hooves. And so you have to make sure, since they're not on rocks and they're always on grass, their hooves will grow like their fingernails. So we have to cut them, and then we sometimes
Bus
put
86 and bus 93.
86.
Bus 86 and bus 93. Again, bus 86 and bus 93.
And then sometimes we'll put like you know how if you have a dog, you put flea treatments on them. We'll do that for our goats too to keep them healthy and the herd healthy.
Thank you to our sponsor, Stage Pro Shop. If you go there, tell them that Class Crew sent you. And also, don't forget to go to www.classcrew.biz, and masks are still half off. So make sure you go get them. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you so much for having us. This is so wonderful.
See you guys next week.
Bus 25